Hi there, it's Matt here. In this video I'm going to show you some of the SEO tools that are available in your website. These tools, if used consistently and as part of a sort of wider social media style push across the internet, will help you climb the search results in places like Google and Bing and other lesser used ones like Yahoo. So if you go into the admin side of your website, if you go to any page, post, portfolio item, product, and go past your normal content area, down here to the Yoast SEO toolbox. Now at this point I'm assuming that you've already written your article, titled it, and you're sort of ready to publish, if not already hit publish. So in here you can see a preview of what the website's best guess will be for what will be displayed on Google. So we've got our article that's full of gibberish at the minute, and the title that I've made up is Holidays in Devon. So we need to come up with a keyword. This is the thing that we're hoping that people are typing into Google, and this is what we want our article or page to appear in that search. So our keyword for this would be probably Devon holidays. So down here we see a little focus keyword box, and in there we type in what we're aiming for, and it's going to give us a little analysis of the page right here. Now if this doesn't crop up for you straight away, it might mean that you just need to publish your article quickly so it can update and analyze it. If you don't want it to appear on your website immediately, just set it to private rather than public, and then you can tweak away without it appearing on your website in a non-complete way. So the problems it has identified, just open up all the options. The focus keyword doesn't appear in the first paragraph. The keyword density is 0%. No meta description, no images, no internal links, and the focus keyword does not appear in the SEO title. So these are all things that we'll need to fix if we want this page to sort of help towards our ranking for this keyword. It also has some improvements and some things that have done all right. So it liked the length of the article. It was more than the recommended 300 minimum for a useful piece of writing, and I've never used this focus keyword before, meaning that the strength of this article won't be diluted across the website. Okay, so the first thing we're going to tackle is popping the keyword that we're aiming for in the first paragraph of the article. So obviously we want your article to make sense. Mine is just a bit of nonsense, but just to illustrate the tools. So now if we hit update, the analysis should, so it's updated. We've now got the focus keyword on the first paragraph of copy, so we're okay with that one now. Keyword density is 0.2%. We haven't mentioned the keyword at all in the article, bar the 0.2%. So when Google comes to crawl this page, we want to rank for Devon holidays, but Google's going to look through my writing and think, well, he hasn't mentioned Devon holidays anywhere. This article has nothing to do with Devon holidays. It's not going to rank well for it. So I'm just going to splash it around a few times, and again your article should make sense, much more than mine. So once that's updated, we should see an increased value in that. So opening up the analysis, okay, good. Keyword density is 1%, which is great. So something very important to remember is don't overstuff it. Overstuffing it can sometimes be worse than not using it at all, because Google will punish you for what it sees as you trying to game the system, just piling in loads and loads of keywords unnecessarily. Google's very smart at, and getting smarter every day at reading your text and knowing when you're trying to fool it. Okay, you want to write your articles for people, and the consideration for Google should be secondary. Okay, and Google with every update is getting better and better at sort of recognizing people trying to game the system. In the long term, it will hurt you. Okay, so no meta description is displayed. The meta description, that is this part right here. So if I just go to Google and do a quick search for Devon Holidays, ignoring the paid ads, so this part here is the meta description. This isn't actually used in the algorithm determining your rank, okay? You're writing the meta description for the people that are viewing this, okay? So you want to use this for something eye-catching that will make people want to click on your article. So give them a little bit of information about what you're writing, but not so much that they think they've got their answers from this and they don't go to your site. You want something eye-catching that will force them to click. Okay, so to modify it, just click it here and type away in here. So because I know nothing about Devon Holidays, I'm just going to borrow a bit of my text and pop it in here. So what I've done here is pasted far too much in, and you see the bar's gone straight up to the top. This means that it's going to cut my meta description off at a certain point, so anything after that point is just useless. So I'm going to slim it down, much better. There we go, we see the full meta description has appeared in there. And remember, when you're writing it, make it compelling for the person searching. This isn't for an algorithm, this is to grab people's attention. Okay, same can be said for the SEO title, but the SEO title is used in the Google search sort of algorithm, so you definitely want your keyword to appear in your title. But this is far too short. We can have a lot of dead space, and we can use this space to maybe hit in a few extra keywords that might be relevant to the article, and with supporting information. So there we go, I've updated it to camping and holiday stays, hotel stays on the beach. So a few of these other keywords might be relevant to the search term and to what people are searching for, so that's good. Okay, so we're just going to update that and then see how we're doing. Okay, so the analysis has opened up. A meta description has been specified, but it does not contain the keyword. That's fair, it does not. There we go, now it does. And no images appear in the page, consider adding some. Yep, always good. No internal links appear on this page, consider adding some as appropriate. So what this is getting at with the internal links is building a sort of web of links within your website. It's a way of sharing the authority. So your pages in Google's eyes have an authority score, and that authority score is made up of external links coming into the website, as well as your linking structure internally. So if a website with high authority, sort of a long-standing, well-known website with a good history, links to one of your articles, you get a share of their sort of page authority. And again, within your own website, the authority of your pages will be shared out via links. And that that's what it says by considering adding links as appropriate, because you don't want to link just randomly all over your website. You want them to be relevant to the article. And that sort of ties into this box here. This article is a cornerstone content. So cornerstone content is the main themes of your website. These are the things, maybe 4 or 5 articles that you want to be known for and you want to rank highly for. These are, depending on your industry, you might have a lot of content that's around similar subjects, and you want one of those articles to be the go-to article. And so checking this box on that article will tell Google this is something important within my sphere, my website, and you'll want to link all your other articles that are relevant to that cornerstone article. And ideally you'll want your cornerstone article to be accessible as soon as is possible, really. So someone pops on your homepage, oh look, a cornerstone article that's very important to my subject matter. So now that we've made Devon Holidays a cornerstone article, we've had a few more suggestions pop up. What with it being a cornerstone article, it's decided that 900 words would be more appropriate, so you can get more information in there, obviously. the slug for this page contains a stop word. Consider removing it. So the slug is this green line here. So it's the link that people would pop in their address bar. Okay, the slug is actually set by your title and can be edited here. I think you can also edit it down here as well. Yeah. So a stop word is just a nothing word like in and something like that. So it doesn't want a stop word in there. So I'm just going to take out in because it's meaningless. Google will ignore it, so it's pointless being there. And we've used this focus keyword once before, probably when I was testing for this video beforehand. So let's have a look at the actual problems now. So no images, we can rectify that pretty easily. Just add a few images. No outbound links. So since this is a cornerstone article, we want to provide evidence for what we're talking about. So we can fix that easily just by going and adding some links to wherever. Nice and easy. No internal links appear in this page. So again, consider adding links to relevant articles, and the focus keyword does not appear in the URL. This is the slug. So it's saying that Devon Holidays does not appear in the slug, and it would be correct. Except it does, and I didn't update it. Okay, and that should be gone now. Yeah, so now we're down to no outbound links, no internal links, and no images. And they're all easy fixes you can sort of potter around your site and take care of. So we have a few other tabs that I'll just take you through briefly. The readability score, that will analyze your page according to a couple of different reading tests and just tell you how easy your page is to digest. It is an algorithm, so bear in mind you are writing for people and it might not be 100% accurate. You don't necessarily have to agree with it, but it's a good indication. So just have a look through the different problems or what's good on your page and adjust as you feel necessary. These tabs down the left hand side are for social sharing. So when you share your page either on Facebook or Twitter, so you've got the two different tabs here, if you want to set a different Facebook title and description than the page title and description, this is where you do it. And you can also set an image to be used on Facebook. As default, Facebook it's called scraping when it takes a look at your page. It will scrape your page and it will select either the first or the most appropriate image that it finds. And quite often that isn't the image you want it to use. And so you can set a different one here. Remember that Facebook will store your page the first time it encounters it. So if you shared the page previously, it will have a memory of how the information looked at that point, and if you update these after that point, it will not show up differently in Facebook. If you update these details, you need to just hop over to the Facebook debugger and say, hey, can you have another look at my page? I've changed it. And to do that, all you need to do is do a quick Google search for Facebook sharing debugger. It should be the first item you find, and just pop your page address in here. So I'm going to grab my URL and type that in there, but because I made this page private, it won't be available to Facebook to have a look at yet till it's published. So I'm just going to show you with the home page. So this is all the information that Facebook has collected on the page and stored. If I've since then if since then I've updated that information, all I need to do is hit the scrape again button here, and sometimes you might have to do it a couple of times just for the changes to come through. Okay, so that is a rather whistle-stop tour of your SEO options. SEO is a massive subject and it's a huge industry on its own, and we can't go into the full details, but this has given you hopefully a good overview of the different tools you have available. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email at info@awesome-source.com or matt@awesome-source.com. and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. I think in the next video we'll go through a little bit more on SEO, on how to construct your article, and I'll see you next time. Actually, I'm going to talk about it now because it's quite a small subject, and it's quite a small edition, a very vast and difficult subject that no one knows the complete truth behind because Google won't tell you, right? When you're writing your articles, obviously you'll want your main keyword, your most important words to be in the title. This will be your H1, so your heading one, but you might add a few other important sort of headings within your article. These won't be as important as the main header, but you might want Google to pay attention to them. So within here you've got your other headings. So we've already got a heading 1 in the Devon holidays, and we don't want to dilute the importance of that. Making everything an H1 won't make everything more important. It will simply dilute the authority amongst all the H1s. So you want generally only one H1, and that will be your most important subject. Supporting information, beach trips, maybe have one H2, a couple of H3s if you want, a few H4s, and then they get progressively less important as they go down. So that might be appropriate for sort of a page around Devon holidays. Also, Google will pay extra attention to things that are bold or things that are italic. Not a huge amount of attention, but every little helps. And bulleted lists or numbered lists. So this is indicating that this is important, easily digestible information, and Google will pay more attention to it. So just bear these things in mind when you're creating your article, and try and break it down in a smart way that's always readable, always aim for the people, but also consider that Google is watching as well, in the back of your mind. Alright, good luck.